This is Mission Control Houston. The Expedition 29 voyage aboard the International Space Station continued throughout this week with the crew enjoying a 5-day program that gets them to their 136th day in space aboard the complex. The team has been watched over by 3 teams of flight controllers that support activities aboard the International Space Station around the clock. The crew had a very busy week aboard the International Space Station. Beginning back on Monday, Mike Fossum oversaw some maintenance activities with the electrical systems on board the station, reconfiguring some of the electrical systems and replacing 2 of the switching boxes, remote power control modules in the Destiny laboratory. Both of those have been successfully replaced. They're small boxes that require shutting down some of the power, tripping some breaker boxes on board, just as you would in your home to remove electrical power while you're doing some electrical work, and that's exactly what he did. So he performed that task and brought those systems back up to working order with the help of flight controllers here on the ground earlier in the week. Crew members also wrapped up work with the capillary channel flow experiment on board the station. That experiment completed its runs in the Microgravity Sciences glove box. The runs of the wedge-shaped channel of this experiment consisted of 270 different test points while it was installed in that MSG. Also, the crew members watched along with the flight control teams on the ground as the Russian flight control team on Wednesday completed a partial reboost of the station's altitude. The station's altitude was raised from about 239 to 241 statute miles. That reboost of the station is part 1 of 2, the second part this coming Wednesday, where the station's altitude will be boosted once again another about 3 to 4 miles. All of that sets the stage for the undocking of a Progress supply vehicle that's at the station right now. That 42 Progress vehicle will leave the station on Saturday, October 29th, and a new Progress vehicle, the 45th Progress vehicle, will launch on the 30th of October and arrive at the station on November 2nd. The phasing of the station is required to put it in the proper position for the launch pad and also for the landing site for the 3 crew members that are on board the station now as they return home with their scheduled return home on November 21. Also, the phasing and the reboost sets the stage for the launch and arrival of the next 3 crew members to head toward the International Space Station, the Expedition 29 and Expedition 30 crew members. Crew Commander Mike Fossum also Wednesday, throughout his day of work, set aside some time to talk about his mission with 2 news organizations. He visited with Denise Chow with Space.com, the space-based website, and also with ABC Radio's Vic Ratner, talking about his mission aboard the International Space Station and his planned return home. Thursday was a focus of attention with Mike Fossum in one module, the laboratory module, working with a combustion integrated rack, reconfiguring that rack for future flame type experiments. The fluids and combustion facility accommodates different challenges of working with fluids and combustion processes in microgravity. The FCF actually occupies 2 powered racks on the ISS, one being the combustion integrated rack, the other the fluids integrated rack. So he spent a great deal of time working with that with choreographed work from the Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville, Alabama. His colleague Satoshi Furukawa worked on the Kibo Laboratory gradient heating furnace. In the Kabairo rack of that module, a vacuum furnace that contains 3 heating blocks that need periodic maintenance. Today, Friday, the crew wrapped up its week conducting additional inspections of that GHF, or that gradient heating furnace. The crew also worked with some other experiments around the laboratory as stowage continued for the departure of that 42 Progress vehicle. Mike Fossum also worked with the water recovery system on board the station and completed that activity, and the crew will then spend the weekend with some light duty before starting another full week of activities on Monday. So a busy week for the Expedition 29 crew. They'll start up again on Monday with some light work over the weekend, and the flight control team will continue to watch over station systems as the station operates in excellent health. Have a good weekend, everyone. We'll be back again on Monday with another hour of coverage of Expedition 29's voyage aboard the International Space Station. This is Mission Control Houston.